Hi, I'm Bobsto, the Elder Weeb,
And I'm Red, the bald-headed wonder.
and we are the
The
Anime
anime
Boys.
boys. The anime
Anime
boys.
Boys.
First
Yeah,
and foremost, Bopsto. We have
yeah.
to talk about some things that's been going on the
Uh,
channel.
sh- it's been pretty crazy these past few days. So,
Man,
you know, usually I'll start with this. So usually when we upload a two-parter, I usually expect the second part to not do as well as the first part. That's how things on our channel have been for these past few days. For these past few months.
yeah,
So
it
like
really
Jujutsu
has.
Kaisen Part Two didn't do too well. Tanya Part Two didn't do too well, and Spy Family Part Two did absolutely poorly.
Yeah, it really
Um,
did. But to
it
be
did not.
fair, that whole series really messed us up in the first place. So,
Maybe I don't know, but we first we uploaded My Dress Up Darling Part One, and it gained like 70 views within a good like couple of days,
yeah,
and we were pretty happy. We were pretty happy with that.
yeah.
And then we upload the part two for My Dress Up Darling, and then it just
It took the fuck
skyrockets.
off,
I
dude.
don't know what the hell happened. I don't know how. I think it just hit the algorithm just right or something.
All we can say is that we really generally appreciate the views and the growth of the
Oh,
channel.
we didn't just get new views. We got a bunch of new subscribers.
We
Like
did.
a week or two ago, we were just at 16,
Man, it's
and we went
crazy
from
to think
16.
it's crazy to think that we doubled, almost doubled
Yeah,
in subscriber count in a day. Literally in a day. Uh
yeah.
like
We went from 16 to 27,
oh my
and
goodness.
that's
It
that shit's
And it's
pretty
all
nut.
because of that second part that we uploaded for My Dress Up
hmm
Darling.
It's partially that. I also did a small comment in a podcast series I follow because somebody was looking for anime podcasts, and so I was able to get a few people over from that as well.
Hmm.
But not did Rise of Darling Part Two is so it just did so insane. It's still doing so insane. It's at like 295 views.
Yeah, it's
It's
it's it's all
crazy.
up
It's
there
almost at
now.
300.
Yeah, man. I
It's getting there.
I'm generally just happy that we got any views at all. On top of getting almost 300, that blew my
On
mind.
a part two.
Yeah, on a part 2, but what we're
Like
saying
that's the
is
crazy part.
shh, psst,
Uh,
psst, go watch
yeah.
part 1. Go watch go
Go
watch
go
part 1.
go watch part one. I
Go
don't
watch
know
part
who
1.
you are and why you haven't watched part one yet, but go watch
You
part
haven't
one.
watched part one? Cringe. Cringe.
Oh man, oh man. But so Red was want me to save it for the podcast. So Red, so how many views do you think we got in Sunday, like last Sunday?
Just in general, how many we got in that one
How
day?
many we got in that one day?
I would have to say at least at least 150.
175.
Oh, so close, dude. I was so
Yeah, dude.
close.
Yeah, no, it was Sunday was crazy. And I wasn't expecting Sunday of all days to be crazy like that.
Man, man.
Um,
All we can say is that we really, really appreciate you guys coming
it
over to our channel and watching it.
yeah,
Um,
no, same here. And we're excited for the other projects we got, for
yeah,
the other anime we plan to cover and whatnot. So because of all that, and the fact that Red's got a bachelor party he has to attend this weekend,
woot woot.
we won't sadly be able to get Mob Psycho 100 Part One out as like we wanted to. So instead, we decided since we got a bunch of viewers that we're gonna be we're gonna do basically like a who are the enemy boys type of video because
Yeah, so
we got a bunch of new viewers, and I felt like it'd be really good to just sort of talk about sort of who we are, what we look for in anime, what are some of our favorite anime, some like what series we would like to cover in the future, just all that good stuff.
Well, just to get the hard one out of the way, let's go ahead and start with you, Bob Stowe.
Oh wait, no, first I wanted to talk about just sort of us in general. So, we're basically just two friends from college that decided to start up an anime podcast
Yeah,
because we both really like anime,
we really do. And to
and
be honest, Bob Stowe got me more into anime than I used to be into, and
mhm,
I've just really enjoyed the just overall getting to watch the anime with an old friend of mine, and that's what I generally just do this for. Is for this, I just do
mhm,
it to hang out, to have fun, talk about our interests, and on top of that, to have somebody enjoying those interests and have somebody watching our
yeah,
stuff and commenting and liking our videos. We just, I don't know, it blows my mind. I think it's
yeah. No,
awesome.
we're just this channel is just a huge vibe, and the fact that you guys are sort of here, vibing with us is just really cool.
Yeah,
I like,
the weebs and the weebets.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, no. So like we was basically, um, we were just two boys who like anime who want to watch more anime, and this podcast gives us an excuse to watch more anime.
Yeah, I know. It really, that's all this really channel started off being. Just give us an excuse to watch anime together. And
hmm
personally, I like it. I'm
it's working out
enjoying.
really well.
I can't wait to cover the podcast for Mob Psycho for next week.
hmm
I can't wait because that one was
I
a
did
good one.
same here.
But
hmm
on another note, we also just want to explain, just in general, just what our interests are on top of not just
Yeah,
watching anime. We want to talk about who we are so that you guys can get a better idea on just who the guys that we are.
yeah,
Um,
and just sort of, and also we hope that explaining who we are and what we're sort of into helps. So it might help you like sort of understand what how we approach discussing certain things and what we usually look out for.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, so you said you wanted me to start off.
Yeah, you're
Start
probably the
off.
best one to start off there, buddy.
All right. Okay. So hey, I'm Bob Stowe, the Elder Weeb.
Weeb.
You guys you guys love me. You know what and whatnot. But basically, I'm just a huge nerd. I'm into video games, anime, manga, music, movies, what have you. Like if it's got a good story, if something's got like a good storyline to it, it doesn't matter what the genre is or whatnot. Like I'm there for it. I'm there for it if it's completely stupid and ridiculous. I'm there if it has good characters. I'm there for also if it's stupid and ridiculous, but also has good character writing. Like no matter what, like I am here for entertainment and good stories. And basically, I'm trying to think. I first got into anime about let's say eighth grade. I watched anime when I was younger, obviously. Who didn't watch Pokemon or Naruto back in the day, but I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
really like watch. And I mean, my mind didn't really see that as anime at the time. Like I was just like, oh, this is cool cartoons. Um, and it didn't take me. And I went through a spat where I actually didn't really like anime that much. I was like, oh, this is stupid and whatnot. This is dumb. And then one fateful day, I was doing a summer band camp for my eighth grade band, and I made not eighth grade band, but I was starting high school band in eighth grade. And one of the guys, I made one of my best friends there, who was talking about, oh yeah, man, the Full Metal Alchemist is like really good. And we basically got into a whole thing where we got on Netflix. It was on Netflix at the time, and throughout that band camp, we basically just binged Full Metal Alchemist together, and it was great. It was my first real, I guess, say real experience with anime and looking at it as this is anime and not just like a cartoon I used to watch when I was a kid.
Right.
And it was amazing. Like it fucking blew me away. And then that summer, not only did I binge the entirety of the original Full Metal Alchemist, but I also binged through most of Brotherhood, or at least what was available of Brotherhood at the time.
Personally,
And
I binged the original Full Metal Alchemist whenever I was a kid. Because it
yeah,
started coming on Toonami a lot. For
hmm
the people who know what I'm talking about, props to you. But Toonami, I got into, you got Dragon Ball, you got Space Dandy, you got just a whole bunch of stuff.
Naruto.
So
That was the big one
I
back
I
in the
get what
day.
you're coming from whenever you say
Yeah,
that you looked at anime as anime at that point. So,
yeah.
but
hmm
you can continue.
But,
Sorry.
that just started the spiral of I just started watching a shit ton of anime throughout my high school life. It was just an absolute metric crap ton. I went to a convention for the first time in like 2014. That was sick. But I'm just a really big fan of anime and Japanese culture. Part of what I always like looking for in anime is emotional beats. One thing I think anime as a art form, especially anime and manga in general, as like an art form, excels in emotional storytelling and character beats. There's
Oh
so
yeah.
many like throughout all the anime. I've never with any other media has like have I like broken down into tears like I have when I've watched like a good like anime with like a good emotional story to it.
Mm.
Like I've never been like anime has broken me in ways that not much other media have, except for maybe some video games.
You're lying,
Um,
April.
uh, for me, it was Angel Beats,
Oh man, I haven't watched that one to be fair. So
and mhm. um, but but yeah, no, and so basically, yes, what I like looking for is certain thematic elements. Usually, a lot of anime tend to center around the central theme or idea, and the characters in it are there to either personify certain ideas or to reinforce certain ideas. Um, I really like cultural things. Like I have spent my time just looking into specific Japanese cultural things. That's sort of why I'm like the in this dynamic. I'm the elder weeb because Red he always really consumed anime. I guess you could say almost like almost kind of like a surface level thing without looking like super deep into like cultural into like the more cultural side of certain things.
you say
But
that
me, like
like
I
it's
was
a weird thing.
no. Oh, no. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that that's why I'm like the elder weeb because I've not only consumed a shit ton of anime, but
Consume.
I'm just a huge fucking weeb with a lot of knowledge to impart a lot of useless knowledge as well just to impart onto my bald headed friend.
Bobster really has to hold back during the podcast, or else we get on a super hard binge
Yeah,
about, or
man.
not binge, but just a
Just
rant,
tangent.
just about the stupidest of things. And I'm sure
Yeah.
y'all have heard it on some of our videos, but we try to
hmm
keep to a time frame. But sometimes, we just enjoy
Sometimes
it.
we break it.
Yeah, we just have fun with it.
Um,
But
but what appeals and so with me to me about anime in particular is just the fucking um the
fucking
blood's absolutely like blood the absolute blood sweat and tears that the animators pour into it. It is fucking great. Like if you can find like a really good animated anime, shit's fucking lit. Like fucking Jujutsu Kaisen,
oh my gosh,
Attack on Titan.
possibly.
Um, no,
The
Attack on Titan's sick. Like
It's okay.
it's. Dude, do you not remember
It's
season
good.
2 or 3?
It's all
The
right.
shit's fucking.
I know. I'm just trying to piss
You
off
fucking
people.
asshole.
I'm trying to piss people.
You fucking asshole. um, but just shit like that are fucking My Hero Academia. If it's got good ass animation, usually everything else is just
We're not gonna talk
solid.
about our previous
Um,
one, My Dress Up Darling.
Oh man,
with
that one's also pretty good,
fantastic
dude.
visuals.
Yeah, man, the fucking backgrounds in it alone are like a
The
fucking
I mean the
masterpiece.
boob sweat alone is
The boob, we got pile, boob sweat, boob blush. Oh, come on, don't tell me you've never seen tit blush before.
um
Yeah, man, you
but
got boob bags and tit blush.
boob baggies, baggy your boobs.
Yeah,
Um
but that's sort of what appeals to me about anime. I guess another sort of interesting thing is I'm currently in grad school for being a counselor, so I also like looking into certain deeper possible psychological aspects. If you want to call me like just like an anime version of like cinema therapy or something, go ahead. I'll take that as like a badge of honor. But so, anyways, Red. I think
yeah.
I've said enough about me. So, what about you? Who are you?
All
How'd
right.
you get into anime and all that?
Let me just crack my
Tell
knuckles. Eh.
tell us your story.
All right. So, first things first, I am unlike Bob Stowe. I am a weeb in training. Um, so personally, me, I started watching anime a lot earlier in life, just not realizing it. Like Bob Stowe said, I started getting into it whenever, um, Naruto and Dragon Ball and Full Metal Alchemist. The big three, except for like One Piece and Bleach, but One Piece and Bleach came later. Um,
Mhm,
but I really didn't get into anime until I started reading manga. Actually,
mhm.
you might not have known this, Boston, but my first manga that I ever read was actually Soul Eater. Um,
Ah,
and I liked it
I did not know
so
that.
much that I pushed on to the anime and watched the anime fully through
Hmm.
from start to finish. And that was my very first actual sit down and enjoy anime. And
Okay,
not
that was when you were in college, wasn't it? Because
no
I
no
remember you
actually
talking
that was
talking
in
to me. Or did you rewatch
I
it again? Or did you
rewatched it in
rewatch it?
college. I watched it in high
Okay,
school after I read the manga series that my friend
okay,
linked to me, because they had the full set or not the full. I think I read like half of it. I don't think I even read all of it, but I
yeah.
enjoyed it, and I will have that at some point in my collection. But
Hmm.
um, on top of all that, it started a spiral of anime for me where I went from that. I started watching stuff like, y'all are going to laugh at me, but High School DxD. I started watching that. And Fairy
Hmm.
Tail, I enjoyed so much that I even like missed days of school to binge it.
Oh, I fucking know that shit. 'Cause I was in some of your fucking classes. Like, oh,
Uh,
why is Red not here? That fucking asshole.
but as an anime watcher, I'm just like Bobsto said, very surface level. I haven't watched just a ton. I haven't claimed to watch just a ton of anime, which is why I'm really enjoying this channel. I actually get to indulge myself in different tastes of anime, like slice of life. Another one that I watched was Doro Hidoro. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't Doro
You,
Hidoro. What was it, Bobsto?
explain which one?
The slice of life where it's this guy starts falling for this really short high school chick.
Oh,
Um,
Toradora.
Toradora. That's
Oh no,
that's it.
when you said Doradora, you must have had the manga
Yeah,
for it
I did.
back in your head. Yeah,
I
yeah.
totally did. But um, personally, I'm just a cool dude. I really delve into a lot of different things. I do all the editing for the channel, all of it.
Hmm.
On top of, I really like to play video games. I'll play Overwatch with the boys almost every night. On
Hmm.
top of all that, I like play Magic the Gathering. I like to listen to like D&D podcasts. Like I love D&D but never played it. Anything medieval lore, that's me. That's my jams.
Hmm.
I absolutely love that type of stuff. And as a person, just a chill kind of guy. I do have a very good sense of what am I trying to say here? Um, I have a very good sense of understanding people and knowing where they're coming from without actually living in their shoes. Just because that's just who I am. Um, I do love the feedback that we're getting on the channel. But you know, that's about it for me. I'm not that interesting as a
Um,
person. Um,
yeah. Oh,
the Go ahead.
oh no, you go ahead and finish what you're gonna say.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, um, we were gonna start delving into some of our favorite animes. I was gonna say mine. Mine personally is has to be hands down Fairy Tale, and
Hmm.
I've watched it. Um, absolutely love it. It's the best. From
Hmm.
start to finish, I've watched it. It's such a long series, and I like it so much that I've collected all the manga for the original series.
Hmm.
And that was just a gift and from my beautiful wife. And on top of that,
Hmm.
Bob Stowe even helped me finish my series.
Hell yeah. You're making me blush, man. Ugh.
But no, anyway, but that's it
You
for
got
me.
any other series that you'd consider in
I
your
don't know,
top?
man. I would have to say now that I've watched a little bit, I am really enjoying Mob Psycho.
I do. It's really fucking good.
It's
I remember
and
you're which we'll probably talk about it in the podcast, but you were very slow to warm up to it for at first.
Yeah, I really, really was, but it turned out being really, really good towards the end. I can't wait for the next
Hmm.
season to get put out.
Yeah.
But and I guess when I was a kid, where I didn't really consider this to be an anime, I loved Dragon Ball. I loved it so
Hmm.
much. I've watched Sword Art Online. It was also pretty good. This first season, anyway. I didn't care for the later
Yeah.
seasons of that, but
Hmm.
I'm gonna get off my tangent.
I
I'm just a cool guy, nerd, and we've been training
oh
alike.
yeah, hell yeah. You're the apprentice of the elder.
I will soon surpass the master weeb.
Man. Um, yeah, no, when it came to picking out my favorite or top series, I've watched so much in my I think it's now 8 years of being a weeb.
Oh
I
yeah.
uh I've watched so much different shit that it's like every as I was putting it writing on the list, I was like, oh, what about this one? What about this one? You really like this one? And it was just really hard. So I made a small list of some of my favorite anime. So of course we got Full Metal Alchemist, both the original and Brotherhood. They're both really good in their own ways. They're what started me on anime, and the storytelling in it is just really good. It's probably one of the best anime and manga out there, in my opinion. I also like series like Welcome to the NHK, Gurren Lagann. I fucking love Assassination Classroom, and I am a huge. Actually, I was a sort of a proto. I'm a huge fan of JoJo, and I was kind of a
Ugh.
fan of it before it.
Ugh.
Before it took off. Oh
Ugh.
no, 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 Red. We will whenever we cover it and we get past all the early stuff.
Ugh.
Yeah, I swear you're gonna fucking turn around in that shit.
Ugh. I tried,
you,
man. I went five
no, you haven't.
episodes deep, dude.
That's still in part one, boy.
That's a
That's not even when it gets good.
that is a fair delve.
That is. It's not even when the series gets super good.
Yeah, I could tell.
You can't. You gotta be patient with that one.
Uh
It's just
huh.
it's like reading Lord of the Rings. Like if you're gonna sit there, you gotta get through everything else before they leave the Shire. You can't just
I think it just became popular
you can't.
because everybody was just wanting it to be popular.
No, it's just really good. But
Mm,
you'll see
mm, mm, mm,
whenever we come to
mm.
cover it.
Sure.
you shall see, you shall understand.
Okay.
But anyways, the fucking Monster, Steins Gate, of course, One Piece, Bebop, Trigun,
Dude.
and but and even though it's not well, at least there's anime of it, but I don't count any of it. I'm a big fan of Berserk. That's one of my absolute
Personally,
top favorite series.
I've been kind of wanting to get into Berserk just because of just the
Dude,
hype that's been coming behind it. Um, I've been told that the original series is better than the new
yes,
series.
the original '90s anime is pretty good. Um,
Oh, I
but
totally forgot to mention Hunter x Hunter.
yeah,
I just recently started watching. Or excuse me for all the weeby people out there. It's Hunter Hunter. Um, sorry. Nah. I actually enjoy
hmm
that one too, just because of the absolute absurdity that it is. Just a 12-year-old kid just whacking the shit out of everything like Goku style. Uh,
hmm
but sorry, go ahead.
but no, that's about it. There's a shit ton more, but those are like some of my top series.
But cool.
Yeah. So I guess with all that, we should talk about some anime we'd like to cover in the future.
Yeah, but before we actually start talking about the things that we want to do in the future, I just want to address that since we do have a small following, where it be very tiny at the moment, it's very big in our hearts. We love it so much that you guys have come over. Please, if you're listening to this video right now, give us some recommendations. We can always move stuff
Yeah.
around for you guys because if you want us to watch something, we will watch it. Whether I'm gonna
hmm
like it or not is not an issue. Whether Bobsto's gonna like it or not
Yeah.
is not an
We're not
issue.
with this podcast. We're not gonna. I know you talked about it with one series I covered at one point when you were trying to warm up to I think Mob Psycho, but we're not gonna drop this. Like if one of us doesn't like a particular series, we're not gonna drop it. We're gonna complete it and talk about it.
Yeah, we're always gonna stop.
Uh,
We're gonna do what you guys want us to do.
yeah.
But the next video series will be Mob
Oh.
Psycho. But if you
hmm
guys have another
we'll
recommendation for our next stop after Mob Psycho, like as a buffer series,
yeah.
most definitely give us a just give it to us because we're
Yeah.
always down to watch something new and especially expand our horizons with the stuff that you give us. So
hmm
after that's out
So
of the way, let's start getting into some of the stuff that we want to cover on the channel in the future.
hmm yeah. So I guess before we talk about what series we'd like to cover in the future, we should probably give like a little laydown of the next few anime we have planned out. So we've already said one which was Mob Psycho 100, both the first and second season.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to cover all that,
Yeah.
and then I believe the plan after that is we're going to jump on Demon Slayer,
Hell
go
yeah.
through that, get all that ready for whenever the new seasons for that starts rolling out,
Hell's
and then
Paradise.
wait. Then so later in fall, when a bunch of the newer series come out in October, we're going to be covering stuff like Chainsaw Man, Hell's Paradise, the second half of Spy Family, as it's airing, and hopefully that'll sort of boost our the frequency of our uploads,
Yeah, because
because we're going to have a whole bunch of new stuff to talk about each week.
yeah, we're gonna have something new, new video every week, and it's not intentionally gonna be as long either because it's gonna be per episode.
Yeah,
So that'll work better for the people who like shorter videos. On top of, we're still going to be doing a longer video podcasts on top of that whenever
yeah,
we start covering like buffer series. Like in between each
hmm
episode, we're probably going to be getting into like other series like possibly One Piece, maybe Naruto, some other like bigger
hmm
things that probably a lot of people are going to want us to cover. Um,
Yeah.
but like I said, please give us some recommendations, no matter how weird. Because that's what we do
Hmm.
here. That's what we do. We sit
Yeah.
back, we watch anime,
Um,
and we pop one open for the boys. So
mhm. So what series would you like to cover in the future, Red?
personally, I have no idea.
Hmm.
So I know for one is one that I've been watching with my wife. It's the Magus Bride,
The Ancient Magus Bride.
the Ancient Magus Bride. It looks fantastic. It looks
Hmm.
so good, and I want to cover it on the podcast at some point,
Hmm.
or would like
I'd
to
love
if
to.
we ever get to the
I'd
point of
love to
doing
cover it
that.
as well because it was an anime. So that anime, the way it started out was it first started off as an OVA, and then it got a full-on anime series.
Uh,
And I think I watched. I forgot. I think either I watched the OVA, watched a little bit of the OVA, but I was even within the little bit I watched, I was so enthralled by the art style and the way the magic is implemented
it
and
looks
whatnot.
so good. Like all the visuals
Um,
are amazing, and that's a huge thing for me. Oh, another one I
mhm.
want to cover in the future is possibly Kakagiri. Um,
Yeah,
that is amazing.
everyone. And there's a second season I don't think you've
I
watched.
have not because it just come out here recently, and I haven't had time to sit
Mhm.
down and watch it. But I
Yeah,
will watch it whenever we get to it, and that might actually be one of the buffer series in between our one per episode or one episode per week thing. Um,
yeah.
because we're going to be watching several different animes at a time. Uh, so we'll figure all that out, like what you guys want us to
Hmm.
do on top of, because we might be talking about different series in same video, but each episode's going to be different. So we got the first episode of say Hell's Paradise, the first episode of say Chainsaw Man, all looped up in the same podcast. We haven't quite figured out
Yeah,
how we want to do it yet, but that was a potential idea for what we wanted to do
yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
Um,
either the way we got it right now is either it'll be it'll be one episode where we talk about three different series,
yeah.
or like however many are like we were covering throughout that time, or we'll do each episode as its own video, and then we will upload it like individually. So if it's like if we're doing like three series per week, then we'll upload it like say like on like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule or something like that.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
so that way we get all of our videos throughout the week, and then everything's ready for the next week,
Right.
and whatnot. But
But
yeah, there I guess I'll talk about some series that I really want to cover. Um, so I would really love to cover Full Metal Alchemist, both the original and Brotherhood at some point.
good choice.
Not within the same time frame. Obviously, there'll be a gap between the two.
Right.
Um, but I'd love to cover both of those.
Oh yeah.
Assassination Classroom, I really want to fucking cover it. It left such an impression on me when I watched it back in high school,
It's a
especially because I was
good.
getting
It's. I
close to
mean, it's really
when I was
good for the
yeah,
stuff that I've
es-
watched on it.
mhm,
So yeah, I can see where
especially
you're.
especially when it ended. The anime for it ended around the time I was getting ready to graduate, so some of the stuff in it hit a whole lot harder to me.
Right.
And but there's that. Um, fucking what else? Kill la Kill. I thought the cover.
I have never watched
Um,
Kill a Kill.
dude, it's fucking insane. Um, it's great. Fucking at some point it'll probably be in like a poll rotation whenever we start doing polls. But obviously I'd love to cover JoJo.
Oh yeah.
Uh, dude, fucking Cowboy Bebop or Trigun or both of those. Like I fucking want to cover.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Skate
Um,
Shiki, which is a vampire anime that really engrossed me back when I watched it.
all right, you
I
got me
really
hooked
want to
now.
watch. Yeah, I really want to watch Shiki on the channel. But that's just a few. There's a whole bunch of fucking shit I'd love to watch. That you, I think we talked about how we'd love to do Future Diary at some point.
Oh, dude, yes, that was
Yeah.
so good.
So
Oh,
like
I almost
that.
cried watching that, dude. Oh, it
Um,
was so good.
I'd also love to. I think it'll probably be done sometime in between us doing Demon Slayer videos. We'll probably hit Devil's a Part Timer, I think, like sometime soon.
Oh
Because
yeah,
I'd love
because
to cover.
that new
I'd
series
love
is
to cover
out,
that. Yeah,
and the
and
first
I'd love
series
to
was
talk about it.
phenomenal. Let's see, we could cover Record of Ragnarok at some point. That was
Yeah,
also pretty good.
that second season's coming out
Oh,
sometime soon.
dude,
So,
I can't wait to see that fight with Jack the Ripper. Um,
dude, it's fucking sick. As a
I
filthy
do need
manga
to read
reader,
it because I mean I need to get that third volume of that because I have the
yeah,
first two and I need to read it
hmm
because the anime was great so far. Oh my
yeah,
gosh, it
man.
was so good. I binged that like on a solid week. I've watched that after Bobsto came down to my
Yeah, I
house.
remember
We
that. We watched
watched
the
it
first
that
couple
night because
episodes.
I was a little lit that night because we were having a good time. And
Yeah,
after that, he man, it just hit me like a brick. And what I
hmm
might do, Bob, so if we can get it pushed together, I'm probably going to use my PTO at some point to just take a week off work and
yeah.
just do nothing but hang out. If you would like to see if you can try to get off a week and come down and hang
That's
out,
that sounds good. That sounds good. We'll discuss about it
but
further after the
obviously I'd
recording.
have to talk with my
But
wife
yeah,
about it. But you know,
I'd love to do something like that.
but either way,
But yeah,
we
uh,
need to start wrapping this
other
up a
than
little.
that, that's sort of what we're wanting to do and whatnot. I hope this video was informative on who we are
Yeah.
and what we like, what we look at,
And
and
we
stuff
would
like that.
love to hear from you guys. Just tell
Oh
us
yeah.
about yourselves. Come to our like comment on this video, things that you might want to see on the channel. Tell us about yourself.
hmm
We would love to read and just get to know you guys on our subscriber list. We'd love to get to know you guys a lot better.
hmm And also, what was I gonna say?
I don't know, Bobsto. You started.
I'll be no, shut up. I'll be in the comments. I'll probably start putting out comments myself, trying to sort of facilitate discussions and whatnot about what we cover.
Yeah.
So you guys will probably start seeing stuff like that
And on
on
top of
some of the other
that,
videos.
if we just get a ton of recommendations, we will put it on a poll list. We will scour and we will make our decision depending. We
hmm
might put our two tops from the list that we gather and put it on a poll list, depending on how many recommendations that we get. That's
hmm
just how we're probably going to end up doing it. And whoever takes the poll wins, and we'll cover that one. And
Yeah.
but don't feel discouraged if we don't cover the one that you want,
If
because we will re-put it on the poll for a next selection, and then we'll go from
yeah,
there. Um,
yeah, that's the thing. Because like we want to watch as many fucking anime as we want to.
Dude,
So
and by the time
if
we
it
stop this at some point in the future, stop doing this podcast, I want to know everything about anime. I want
yeah
to know just how amazing the anime world can be, and that's my goal.
yeah. hmm But yeah, so that's that. We hope you guys enjoyed this.
Oh yeah,
Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and whatnot. Do what you need to do, and
yeah.
we'll see y'all next time. I'm Bobsto, the Outer Weeb.
And I'm Red, the bald-headed wonder.
We are the Anime
The
Boys.
anime boys. See you
Boys.
later.
See ya.